Hello everyone. Hello and welcome to episode 3 of Know Your Nigerian in 10 Question on the 0100 Niger podcast. First of all, I'd have to apologize for the prolonged absence of the podcast from the airwaves. This has been due to some technical difficulties that I've had to surmount. And yes, I feel I can say I've surmounted those technical difficulties well enough now that the podcast can come back at least on a semi-regular basis. Secondly, while listening to the podcast, you'll hear me making references to some dated events. This is because this episode and the one to come after it, we actually recorded months and months ago, I think around May. So many of the events you'll hear us referring to in the episodes actually took place months ago back then. Yeah, and that's about it. And thank you. Let's head on into the podcast proper now.
Chop, chop, chop. Judo flip.
After you boil the water, you go pray before you start pouring it inside.
Yeah, so tell us that particular prayer you do.
God, please help me make my mama no shout for me. God, please don't disgrace me now. I need you.
Hello and welcome to this episode of 0100 Niger, the Nigerian Review Podcast. This here is to be our the third episode of the Know Your Nigerian in 10 Questions interview series. And today, well, I know I keep saying this on every episode, but today is indeed going to be a special one. We have a special personality in our makeshift studio. So yeah, that's another cliche with this series, right? We keep having a makeshift studio, and we're currently in search of a more permanent solution to that. But yeah, we have an important personality in our makeshift studio today, and I'll be introducing her in a very short while. Just before we do that, let's introduce the episode properly. If this is your the first episode you're listening to, the Know Your Nigerian in 10 Questions interview series is an interview series on this podcast in which we bring various guests from everyday Nigerian life onto the podcast, and we interview them, we grill them on their Nigerian experience. We ask them a certain set of predetermined questions that you must be aware of by now if you've listened to the previous episodes. So we ask them these questions to get their perspective on Nigerian society, Nigerian history, and Nigerian culture. All right. So, having said that, I would like to introduce our guests. All right, we have with us in the studio today Miss Tossyn Babatunde. She's an important personality in my local here, a creative force and a powerful force in the young business community too. And Miss Tossyn, will you please introduce yourself to the audience?
Hi, thank you so much for having me. My name is Babatunde Tossyn. I'm a student and also a business owner. I'm the founder of Teenuts.
Okay, and don't worry, you'll hear more about all that very soon. Once we begin the podcast, we will have sections where she'll expound on that, and of course, at the end of the podcast, she'll give some more detail on where you can reach out to her and see more of what she's been doing, what she's up to, and what she does. All right, so Miss, you're already familiar with the podcast. You're familiar with the series too. Yeah, she's been a fan of the podcast for a while, and just as much as I'm a fan of hers, she's been a fan, fan of the podcast. So you're familiar with the podcast, right? You're familiar with the series? Hmm? Okay,
Yes.
so generally, this is Know Your Nigerian in 10 Questions. We have 10 main interview questions here that will be asking you to get your perspective on the Nigerian experience, what it is like to be Nigerian, what it is like to live in Nigeria, to grow in Nigeria. So those will be the focus of the 10 main interview questions. And then we have a couple more quiz questions that we'll be throwing at you to test your factual knowledge of Nigerian history and Nigerian society. And the last of these questions, of the quiz questions, will be the prize winning question. So if you get it right, you win a prize from our show sponsor, TR01 Creative. All right, so are you ready? Are you set to go?
Yes, I am.
All right. So let's go. Let's start with the first question we have for you today. Okay, so I would like to start this one on a serious basis, just because. Okay, if you're listening to this, I know you listen to this much later, probably as much as a week or 2 weeks later, but we're recording this on inauguration day. So talking about inaugurations and presidents, it's a serious. Is you're starting this on a serious note, but it's not all that serious. So talking about inaugurations and presidents, who, in your opinion, is the best Nigerian head of state and why?
To be honest, I've actually not been a fan of politics. I know some people are going to attack me for this statement. But I've actually not been a fan of politics,
Yeah, not
so
everyone is.
I I wouldn't say I have the best options of who the best president is.
Yeah, it's your opinion, so you are entitled to it.
Yeah, so I don't have.
You don't think? Is it that none of them is deserve? You don't think any of them is deserving of that title of being the best because you don't think any of them is that good? Because that's an actually valid opinion too.
I've not actually seen somebody that's fit or checked all the boxes like 100%. Some people have these criteria. These people have this what's it called? They miss some points, a bit some abilities.
Yeah.
So I won't say anyone is the best.
Okay, so that's it. I think that's actually a very valid opinion. Okay, we've had two guests on the show, and they've had their own picks for different reasons, and I think this is a very valid one too. And yeah, it's probably one I've espoused for a while. Although, like I've said before, I won't be giving my answers until that particular episode when I get interviewed by a guest. I don't know when that episode will be, but it will be one of these days. So,
Your interview.
yeah, if you up for the job, one of these days it will happen. But then, yeah, I think that's well put too. All right, thank you, Miss. So let's go on to a follow-up question, the second question here, and I think maybe you should relax things a bit. You started on a too serious note. All right, so let's go with this one then. Growing up, what was your favorite Nollywood movie?
Nollywood movie. I can't actually remember any, but I can say TV shows.
Okay, that works too.
Papa Jasco, Binta and Friends. Um, there are so many of them. I can't pick anyone.
Can you name any actor in any of the shows?
Papa Jasco.
That's not his real name.
Boyalinko. No, I don't know that.
Those are the characters, but I think I suppose that will work too. All right then. So, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for that, Miss. All right. So, okay. I like to save this one interesting question for later. So, well then let's go with this one. How many states have you been to in Nigeria?
Interesting. For someone that doesn't like traveling, I've been to Abuja. I've been to Jos, Kaduna.
3.
I mentioned 3 already.
Yes.
I've been to Imo,
4,
Abia,
5,
Anambra,
6,
Enugu.
7.
Where else have I been to? I guess that's it.
In the southwest.
None.
Kwara.
Yes, Kwara. Oh my God.
8. What about Kano?
Yeah, Kano.
9. So that's
Oh my God, I feel so embarrassed.
so that's 9 out of 36. That's a full 1/4 of the state. So I said that's something we've set on this series as the pass mark for being a true Nigerian. If you've been to at least 9 states out of 30, or a quarter of the state, or if you've been to at least one state in the 3 major regions. So yeah, I think you check almost all those boxes. So yeah, congratulations. Today you're getting your certificate as a true Nigerian. Okay, so you've done 3 questions now. So this is typically when we ask our first quiz question. So here is this. We are recording this episode barely days after we recorded our last episode. On that episode, I asked my guest a question. but because the guest actually suffered on that episode, yeah, I didn't take it easy on the guest at all, on him at all. I watered down this question. So I asked him the easier part of the question, and I promised him that the next guest on the show will be getting the harder part of the question. So here's the question. Do you know or do you remember that the Naira has not always been the official currency of Nigeria?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Good. So before the Naira became the official currency of Nigeria, the British pound was the official currency. So the question is this. In what year did in what year did the Naira become the official currency of Nigeria?
I don't know.
All right, let's do this way then. I'll be giving you options. Okay.
Oh my God.
So, A, 1970, B, 1971, C, 1972, D, 1973.
1970, 1971, 2, 3. 1973.
And you're correct.
Oh God.
And that's it. So yeah, so it wasn't so hard. So you actually know book. Well, if you're giving objectives in your exams in school and you get it right, whether you guessed or not, as long as you're right, you're right. So yeah, congratulations.
Thank you.
This is my auntie Nobuku. Auntie. All right, then. So let's continue with the interview questions now. So I suppose by this time this will be one of the questions that many of our audience members will be looking forward to in these episodes of ours. I suppose you have an idea what question that is itself. So here goes the question. If you find yourself, I'm sure this shouldn't be any kind of hard question for you, because you're one I know very well. You our own, probably maybe unrecognized Hilda Basi. Hilda Basi has the records and you have the doings.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. So here's the question. If you find yourself outside of the country for an extended period of time, what meal would you crave the most to remind you of home?
It's a lot though, because I love Nigerian dishes. There's moi moi, there's swallow, different soups. Gosh.
You mix all the soups together?
No.
Okay.
I'd say moi moi.
With what?
Or eba and okra soup.
Select one. Which one?
It's so hard. It's hard.
Select one. Which one?
Even the way I'm even saying it now.
So which one will you crave the most?
Let me go with moi moi.
Moi moi.
Yeah.
Moi moi and what?
Moi moi and pap.
And pap. Okay, congratulations. Now I hope you know what the follow-up question to that is.
Oh my God.
How is it made?
Is it the pap or the moi moi?
Both of them.
Because the pap, we have to pray before we make pap. The moi moi, the first thing is...
tell us that prayer you do before you make pap.
Moi moi, the first thing is you sort out the beans. You wash it by peeling the chaff.
So do you wash it in cold water or warm water?
Cold water.
Okay.
You soak it, then you wash it, peel the chaff.
You soak it for how long?
It doesn't matter.
30 minutes, 1 hour, 1 day?
No.
Overnight?
No, probably 2 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah. Then you wash it. Then you add your pepper, tatashe, onion, different things. Then you blend it. Then what else? You either pick any of the proteins.
You blend it. What level of smoothness are you aiming
Very smooth. Very, very smooth.
All right.
Then you pick any of the proteins you want, either fish or corned beef or egg. The way I do mine, I love fish, so I use fish in mine. I parboil the fish with my stock cubes. Then the fish stock, that's the fish water. I use it to mix the moi moi. So nothing is lost.
This one, we Our own gizabass in
So
the house.
nothing is lost.
All the terminologies are
Yes. Then
Okay.
it's either you add the whole fish or you.
So you use the water you used in parboiling the fish.
Yes,
All
yes.
right, that makes sense.
To mix the moi moi. So
That's
after
quite the
mixing,
scientist we have in the house.
kitchen sciences. So after mixing everything, you add any of the proteins, either egg or, in this case, we're using fish. So you add your fish, then you tie it either nylon, plastic, or leaves. I personally use nylon because that's what I grew up
Why
using.
don't you use the leaves?
I don't know how to use it.
Do you even know what leaves they use?
I don't know, but I just enjoy buying it in the market and it tastes so different.
I think it's either banana leaves or plantain leaves. I can't remember exactly which one now or the difference between them, but I know it's one of those.
Yeah, one of those.
Okay.
So after that, you tie it or you put it inside the container, then you boil it.
For how long?
You know these things, there is no time.
2 days.
You just check when when you want to sprinkle salt inside rice. Nobody tells you 2 spoons, or your village people will tell you, okay, it's enough. So this one, you boil it till you see that okay, it's firm enough.
I should think there's a more scientific way to go about it now for you to know the actual time it will take for it to have done, or it depends on the heat
I just
setting
look
of your
at
stove.
the face of the moi moi. There's a color change, not so
If
different,
it's smiling,
and the
you know it's not done
consistency.
yet. When it starts frowning,
And the consistency, it has to be firm
Oh,
to touch. So that's it.
all right. So,
Moi moi is ready.
what about the pap?
The pap you go pray. Oh. If you're buying pap, is it process of making pap from scratch, or let's just assume that you buy pap in the market?
Okay, let's make this easier for you then. Let's say you're using custard.
I don't even like custard to begin with, so no.
It's not the same.
No,
I wouldn't know.
Custard is plastic, for God's sake. Pap is food.
It's made from custard.
No, pap is food.
And custard isn't.
Custard is rubber.
Our chef in the house is putting out some hot takes out there.
Let's just assume that you buy the pap from the market.
The powdered one.
No.
The what?
The congealed one.
Yeah.
No, it's not powder. They actually have the powdered version. So
Okay.
you can mix it with water. Little bit of water to form a paste. Then
Cold water.
yeah. Then you boil water. After you boil the water, you go pray before you start pouring it inside.
Yeah. So tell us that particular prayer you do.
God, please help me make my mama not shout for me. God, please don't disgrace me now. I need you.
Okay. So you add the pap, the one you already mixed it with a little bit of water first,
Yes.
and then
you add
have
the hot
boiled
water.
Okay. So what's the ratio of pap to water that you used to use?
You see all these things.
Well,
I tell you that
that's
measurements.
because of the prayer, right?
I tell you that measurement is an issue. You just eyeball it.
Okay.
But don't make the water too much when you're mixing.
Okay. So I was wondering if this is to be a thing like if you had to make eba, for example, right? The volume of water you use depends on how the amount of eba you intend to make. So that's what determines it. So is it the same thing here? The volume of pap you want to make will determine the amount of water.
That's not the case. So sometimes, because sometimes you need more water to make it firm. Sometimes you need less water. Like the way I see my mom, she just use water and it's set. And me, I'm just pouring and it's
So it's basically vibes and inshallah, literally.
Exactly.
All right then. So thanks a lot, Miss. I think you've done quite the justice to that question. Okay, I was going to ask a follow-up question that I don't think I've asked any other guests before, and I was going to ask, what part of the country do you think that food or that meal is native to?
Part of the country, I think the western side. Moi moi. Yeah, the western.
Yeah. So other people who have the same thing from their side, I'm sure they'll be coming for you in the comment sections.
Yes,
what do you mean? What do you mean is the western guys that own this stuff?
There's actually a version of moi moi. And that one, they don't peel the back. what did you even call it? I've forgotten the name actually. They're similar.
All right then. So, thank you. Thanks a lot, Miss, for that. So you've already given us a bit of your knowledge on this episode. So we'd like to test that a bit. No, not test that. Just at least have some more pieces from that. Uh, okay, come on. Now. You're a big auntie now.
Hmm?
You sabi book well.
You say?
So we're going to ask you who's your favorite Nigerian writer and what's your favorite book by them?
Ouch, ouch. I
That's enough writer.
you see all these favorite things. I don't actually have any favorite thing.
Okay, which one has at least impacted on you the most, or that you just like the best? That's the same
Uh,
meaning as favorite.
um, I can't place my head on any
Mm.
at the moment.
Name one.
This hot seat hot though.
All right, name one.
I can't. I would say Mofe Richard because that's the only name coming to my head now.
Okay, before I go ahead.
Yes, sir. You said the one that has actually impacted me.
Okay, and what's your favorite book by this author you've named?
Um, Customer Attraction. Omo, that book. Yeah,
What's it about?
it's what
How to attract customers.
yes, how
Okay.
to attract customers, how to keep them, how to get their money.
Have you read the book?
Yes, I have.
Do you recommend it to me?
Yes,
So basically, if I want to have money in this life, or if I want to make money from my business,
from your
I should go and read that
customers.
book.
Yes, yes, yes.
All right, I'll definitely be looking that up. And here's to our audience too. I don't know. We probably include a link in the show notes, so check out the links there to know how you can get access to the book by this author of by this favorite author of our guest in the studio here. All right, thanks a lot, Miss. Okay, so let's get a bit more serious. Again, let's get a bit more serious again on the show with this next interview question. All right, so are you of the opinion that, so this one we've asked people this question, and okay, I don't we've not had dissenting opinions for the answers on this question, but there's something that's actually you're giving the general Nigerian populace, there are dissenting opinions as to what the answer to this is. So here we're asking you, when Nigeria got independence?
Yes,
When?
1960.
Okay. So are you of the opinion that Nigeria's independence came too early, or too late?
Honestly, I don't know.
Or you just don't like the idea of of colonialism in the first place? Because the general idea here is some people look at
Because it's actually a two-way thing. You say, okay, a country gaining independence early. How about developments? And a country gaining independence too late. How about the people? Because independence has to do with coming out of something to create another thing. So have now that we've come out of that thing,
are we prepared
yeah,
for that?
are we open to new innovations? We are still talking about the same infrastructure, the same education, the same everything from year to year. So
So you see, you do know, and that's deep. that's
see,
that's that's well put. That's a very well put answer. Yeah. Uh, Well, I wouldn't want to go into this too much because on the last episode recorded, we spent so much time talking about this with the guests in the stuff. But yeah, that's actually a very well put answer too. Thanks a lot, Miss. All right. So should we go with another quiz question here? Okay. All right. Okay, okay, I would like to ask this anyways. This is to be a quiz question, but still not. Maybe we asked this question at the end of our first episode. It was our audience question, and we are the audience member that first got the answer on social media. So I'll be asking it to you again to educate our audience members, the ones that weren't able to answer it, or at least that didn't bother trying to answer it. So tell us, please, can you just tell us some beverages that are native to Nigerian society or to Nigeria?
Yes, the Zobo. Zobo is king. Number one is
What's that
Zobo.
made from?
It's made from hibiscus flower.
Okay.
There's Zobo, there's Kunu. Either of the Kunu, there's Tiger Kunu, Kunu Kini. A different kind of Kunu, but it's generally Kunu. Then there's palm wine. That one is gotten naturally from the palm tree. Then there are lots, but
Okay.
these are the three that are coming to my head.
Okay. All right. Thanks a lot, Miss. Okay. We won't want to press you too much on that. so press you did justice, and exactly you did. I think those are the 3 cents on the under the post
Yes.
there, right? Yeah. So good job there. All right. So to go on with the interview questions now. All right. So talking about art, who's your favorite Nigerian artist or musician, and what's your favorite song or body of work by them?
Not favorites. I don't have favorites. I just enjoy songs.
These 3 of your favorites.
This one is hard. Though.
It's not hard.
It depends on my mood. I actually listen to music based on mood. So
So-
sometimes I want
Who do you listen-
spiritual.
Who do you listen to when you're feeling happy? Who do you listen to when you're feeling spiritual? Who do you listen to when you're angry and you feel like breaking stuff?
Okay, if I want to dance, there are a lot of them. Ashake, Kiss Daniel, Davido, Obio.
So is Obio your favorite?
As I said, I don't have
Yeah, that
favorites.
TBG, Abi.
I don't
Talk through. You don't want Whiskey Desi to come after you.
have scatter me.
Okay, so tell us then. Well, what's your favorite song by Ashake?
None is even coming to my head. Though. I'm a
Really?
piano, something songs.
That's the latest one.
Yeah.
Okay. So what about Kiss Daniel?
Super. That's not my
That's the
favorite
latest-
too.
okay,
Exactly.
alright.
That's what is coming to my head.
what's your favorite?
I don't have any favorite thing. Songs come and go. Feelings
Pour me
come.
water.
What's that song?
No, pour me water. Oh.
Can I even remember it?
All right. So
There are lots of Kiss Daniel
as a
songs
30
that I
BG
love.
fan, what's your favorite Davido? What's your favorite song by Davido?
In this new album, there's one for the road. There's no company. Then there's I'm unavailable.
No competition has Ashake on it too, so maybe that's your favorite one.
Nah. I think no competition.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Because you want,
That's not my favorite.
because you have no competition, or you.
That's because somebody rings it in my head every morning.
All right, that's dope now. All right, so okay, let's see. How many questions have we done now?
A lot.
Okay, I think here's one we haven't done. What's your favorite tourist attraction site or heritage center, something like that, in Nigeria? And have you ever been there?
I haven't actually been to any tourist attraction aside the zoo. I've been actually in the zoo in Kano.
So which one is your favorite?
I haven't gone to others, so I
I
wouldn't
mean,
say.
have you been there is the follow-up question. But which one is your
Okay.
favorite that you've heard of, that you've seen pictures of?
I've seen Yankari Game Reserve. I've seen Obudu Kakchu. There's one that is coming to my head, but I don't know the name. It has this waterfall. It's in Oshun.
Oshun or Ondo? There's
Any
you
of-
could go see Warm Spring in Ondo State.
And Isha has this
The-
waterfall.
Yeah, the Oshun River thereabout.
I just love anything
the
that
Oshun
has-
Oshogbo stuff is in Oshun State.
I just love anything that has water.
Because if you might water, abi.
Water, then a very good environment, plants, birds. Yeah.
So which of them do you have any plans to go to anytime soon or sometime in the
I
future?
would like to go to all of them to have different experience.
That's nice. Hope you'll document it and let us see what it looks like.
Definitely. You know me now.
We'll keep in touch, and if you really go there, hope you shout out to us too. All right, so that's great. Okay, so I'd like to ask you this one question before I go with the final one or the final interview question. presented with the opportunity and power to fix a problem with Nigerian society, and all, which yeah, to fix a wahala with Nigeria, which one are you picking and why?
And I get plenty. Yeah. You want to cover me? Hey. There's a lot to.
Yeah, so just the one that you're picking that you feel is above all. Anyways,
in the health sector. Like the fact that our politicians are even traveling out to seek medical attention. It's even is there anything to write home about? So if I have the opportunity, that's the first thing. I would have said education, the same reasons why the politicians take their children out of Nigeria. Why not school in Nigeria? It speaks a lot about this country. So health sector or the education.
because health is indeed wealth, Abby.
Exactly.
So
When it's
you feel if you fix the health of the populace, yeah, you fix the economy.
not exactly, but at least to some extent,
Yeah.
people will not be suffering as much as like the economy is bad, the health sector is bad. You don't have money, you don't even have insurance. Insurance, where is the hospital?
Exactly.
Where are the doctors? Doctors are traveling out. Like you.
I'm not traveling out. I'm still here. All right. So thanks a lot, there, Miss. So yeah, there you have it. If you are of the same opinion, so anytime she comes out contesting for presidency, you vote for her, and all our doctors in the audience and health workers in the audience, she wants to fight for you and to fix your sector. So there you have it, Miss Tossyn for president, I guess. All right, so here will be our last interview question, and this one will be for you to tell us about what you do. What do you do? What's your business? What's it about? So you have the floor. Go ahead. We're giving you 1 hour. Just talk about it.
Basically, I share happiness. Like anybody that wants to be happy,
Oh,
I'm your
shit.
plug. I'm your plug to
Oh, shit,
happiness.
drug dealer.
So I make peanut burgers in different, not just any peanut burger, because I have different flavors to suit your health or your lifestyle. Lifestyle, I mean, like if you're a vegetarian, like someone like me now, I'm a pescatarian. I don't eat egg. I don't eat meat. So I made
So what
a
do you eat?
particular version for people like us.
Rice and beans.
I eat plant-based and fish. I eat fish. That's why I'm saying
Okay. So
pescatarian.
you're not vegetarian or vegan?
Yes,
You
I'm
actually
not.
eat fish, so.
Yes.
Okay.
Then the health part, people that don't like taking sugar or sugary things, there's a peanut for you. Peanuts for everybody, basically.
Which of the flavors is it that has no sugar?
I'm still working on that, so I don't want to disclose it now.
Trade secret, Abby.
Yes.
Okay.
So for the flavors available, I have 3 that I've worked on, and they are performing wonderful in the market. The original flavor, the coconut flavor, and the hot nut.
Okay. That's great. That's how do I okay. She won't do this, so let me toot her horns and whatnot. I've had a taste of the stuff.
The stuff. You told me.
Yeah, I've had a taste of the good stuff, and yeah, it is indeed the good stuff. Yeah, and it's indeed wonderful. You've done a good job on it. You've done a good job of actually taking this thing that is already known to people and actually putting your own touch into it and making it quite unique, right? So you don't eat the peanuts you make or the tea nuts and think this tastes like some other peanut I've taken elsewhere. It has its own unique taste, its own unique flavor, and yeah, and it tastes quite good. And I can't say that too many times. All right, so let's go with how can people get to reach you? Where can they see you if they want to get in touch and whatnot? Don't give them your house address.
You can meet me in any of the social media platforms.
Okay.
I think I'm on. Okay, let me list the ones: Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp.
All right.
Basically, that's the 3.
handles.
My Instagram is Teenuts. TEEN_UTS.
Okay.
Then Facebook, Teenuts or Tossyn Babatunde. Then WhatsApp. Is it allowed to drop my WhatsApp number? No, check my Instagram. It's directed to my WhatsApp.
Exactly. And on Facebook too, I guess.
Yes.
Okay. Twitter, for that one is not your business.
Yeah, I haven't started
Okay.
posting there.
All right. Okay. So there you have it. Reach out to our entrepreneur in the house today and get your peanuts. Order your peanuts, your peanuts, your tea nuts today. Yeah. All right. So that's great. Thanks a lot, Miss, for gracing our show with your presence. But before you go, we would like to give you a chance to win the the gift presented by our show host today. Right. So to do that, we will be asking you. We'll ask you a quiz question here. I would have liked to ask you to recite the states and capital table, but you've been here for a while, and the weather is not. It's not. It's not so conducive for that. So let's see. Are you going to do that?
Let's stop there now. I already did, so I won.
No, you're not done yet. No. Let's see now. Let's see which one here can we ask you. I'm looking for an easy one. There are some crazy questions here. Okay, so here's the question. What is the longest distance travelable by road in Nigeria?
Distance.
Yeah.
As how? Is it like states?
Yes, between states.
Is Niger?
No, not the largest states.
Oh, okay.
Longest distance between two states.
I don't know.
Nigeria. Do you want options?
Set up, yes. Options.
All right. So, option A, Kano to Calabar. Option B, Borno to Sokoto. Option C, Lagos to Borno.
Lagos to Borno.
All right then. That's right. You're correct.
Thank you.
So thanks a lot. Congratulations there.
Thank you.
All right. So we have two gifts to be presenting to you then.
Thank you.
So and these gifts are on behalf of our show sponsor, TR01 Creative. As you can open it and see what you have there. One for Nande is for the one of this is for the question on the social media from the first episode, and this one is the customized notebook for the show for the podcast. All right. So
I've seen other activities was my name, but
oh, that's the name of my co-host who is on break right now. I suppose he'll be returning to the show soon. So I suppose thanks a lot for gracing our show with your presence.
Thank you for having me, and thank you TR01 for this beautiful copies.
Thanks to TR01, which is by the way is a sister outfit to this podcast, and TR01 Creative it's a graphic design outfit. You can find them on Facebook at TR01 Creative, and yeah, she's busy admiring the notebook, and yeah, it does look good. You can go on their page to see what the show's notebook look like on TR01 Creative notebook on Facebook. All right, so Ms. Tossyn, you've said where our audience members can find you, where they can reach you, and yeah, so you can find this podcast too. Goodness, do you know I did not introduce myself on this podcast? All right, so I suppose it's better late than never. I am the scientist. You can find me online at I'm on Twitter at Lefty Science. Find me. I'm Lefty Scientist at Lefty Science. You can find this show on everywhere you go to for your podcast on your favorite listening platforms. We're on AudioMac. You find us at 0100. It's spelled 0100 Niger. We're on Spotify. Same thing. 0100 Niger. You can also find us on Google Podcast and on your favorite podcast aggregating platforms. So we're talking about Podcast Addict, Podcast Bean, and other similar apps like that. You can also follow the podcast on social media. It's present. We have a Facebook page 0100 Niger 0100 Niger. We're on Twitter 0100 Niger. We also have an Instagram page at 0100 Niger. So I think that's about it. Do you have any parting shots for the audience?
Thank you so much for having me, everyone.
And thank you. We are glad to have you. It's been quite the interesting episode. Yeah. So with that, I'm saying thanks for listening to the podcast for this long to the very end. This is the scientist signing out, saying thank you and catch you on the next one.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye. Wanna bye.
I'll put that in there.